Birds Aren't Even Real says, hey, does Vatican City have laws for all this stuff, or is it not big enough to have those kinds of laws? I don't know much about their legal stuff here. You know, the legal expert has left the building, so that I can't answer. And she's not even Catholic. She is Eastern Orthodox. I have no idea. I'm not Catholic either. I'm Protestant. You know, I'm one of the few Protestants, you know, rolling around in these spaces. I imagine Vatican City probably has a whole lot of celibate people anyway. Grimley Jr. Sounds like a basketball player. All right, real quick. I did Google it. Yes, Vatican City, according to AI, so take it with a grain of salt, prohibits fetus deletus, treating it as a grave crime against human life under canon law. The law permits no exceptions for grape, insects, or maternal health. Viewing life as a starting point of conception, anyone procuring a completed fetus deletus incurs immediate automatic excommunication. Well, that's not the same thing as death penalty. So even the Vatican City is not up to snuff for the abolitionists here. You know, Birds, I think Malta, the island of Malta, the island nation of Malta, might have laws that are similar to Vatican City, if not dead on, because it's pretty much totally Catholic without any of those Western Enlightenment things going on here. Let's see, what are Malta's abortion laws? All right. Not Massachusetts. So Malta has the most restrictive fetus deletus laws in the European Union, technically maintaining a near total ban where all terminations were historically criminalized. A 2023 amendment allows for fetus deletus only if a woman's life is at immediate risk or her health is in grave jeopardy, subject to approval by a 3-doctor panel. So they got that on lockdown.
In spite of his frustration.
See this face? See that face? Okay. So the reason he's making that face is because T. Russell Hunter, the ginger in question, has been a longtime studier of William Wilberforce and often uses William Wilberforce as his model of how to defeat fetus deletus in the legal realm. And for those of you who don't know, who live under a rock, William Wilberforce was an abolitionist of slavery in both the UK and had an effect in the Americas as well. I'm guessing he came to the Americas. I don't remember. I have to do so much research. But the point is, that's why he's like got this game on kind of face, also confused when Joel Berry says that said about William Wilberforce and his opposition to incrementalism, because Wilberforce was an immediatist. He wanted everything now. And because William Wilberforce was victorious, it seems to vindicate his position on that. But I don't know if Wilberforce attacked it from like a spiritual level or not. That's the question. I mean, I get it that he did it rhetorically from a spiritual level, but did he say that we're under judgment from God until we do the exact way that is immediate? Are we doing it? Are we in disobedience for not having done it immediately as opposed to incrementally? That's the question. Okay, so it sounds like a sunset law he was trying to put together. Anyhow, I think we've covered a whole lot of ground here, but I want to, at some point, move on to another debate where he is talking to, some mustache guy. Let me see if I can find that in the exact, oops. Oh, I'm starting to wind down this stream, but the point I want to address here is that there is a legitimacy on both sides, not only the complaints of the abolitionists here, but also the complaints of the pro-lifers. And I would still tend to side with the pro-lifers because the backlash that comes with the abolitionists that actually sends more children to their graves than otherwise would. It's just not worth the effort taken to do that. It's not worth, just because we're saying, well, we're standing on principle. And on top of that, any movement that wants to twist scripture in order to garner support and then shame people and put them under a false law that they can't prove exists in the moral realm, I can't actually support a movement like that takes scripture, twists it upside down, and says, well, I'm going to speak for God and God doesn't like your bill. It's like, says who? Says who? Chapter and verse.